Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is our on our hit list. See all these bucks here? It's just a few. I want to tell you about this little fella right there. This gentleman just seen that buck today.
Yeah, it was a good day on the stand. This morning, Devin and I, we got up a little early this morning. I said we got to leave early today, just in case we have a problem with the quad or something like that. And it's been a little bit of a slow week for myself. I've hunted up here for many years, and 8 years, and and can't be lucky every year. So kind of had it in my mind that this maybe is my unlucky year. I said, Devin, we got to leave early just in case we have a problem with the quad.
And I don't like leaving early.
And we left there 10 minutes earlier than we normally did, so we can get in there and at dark. And sure enough, we get just about to the stand. Devin's got a flat tire. I said, oh, there we go with my bad luck. So we lifted up, put it on a stump, and we got the tire off. And Devin's like, well, let's go. We'll get you in stand. So we doubled up on the quad and we got in stand. And started out, the day started out great. I had a couple bucks to stand, lots of does, a lot of chasing, and I was excited. And I was like, oh, this big boy's gonna come in. Today's the day. I'm gonna get my big buck. And well, about 9 o'clock, I look at the corner of my eye and I see wolves. One comes in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all my deer, whoo, they're gone. And I'm thinking to myself, well, here's some more of my bad luck. Oh boy. And then I had Tom in the back of my head going, well, the wolves are there. The deer come back. An hour later, the deer were back. Tom was right. And so about midday there, I started thinking about, well, maybe I ought to rattle the horns and try and entice that big buck to come in. And I couldn't do it because I had deer at the bait. And I waited and waited. And finally, the spike horn, he just wouldn't leave. So I grunted, and finally I got him to leave. And so I got the rattling horns out about 3 o'clock, and I started rattling, and I was grunting. And on my left there's a shooting lane. You could see 300 yards up the shooting lane. And after I rattled and grunted, I grabbed my binoculars and I look up that shooting lane, and I see something move, and behind a bush is these antlers glistening in the sun. And I mean, you couldn't mistake it. It was definitely the buck. And he wouldn't step out. He wouldn't step out. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I just, I'm going to tickle the horns again real quick. I tickled them real good. I grabbed the gun. I looked through the scope like that. Foop, back in the bush he goes. I'm like, oh, he's going to come to the bait. He's going to come. I'm not going to rattle no more. He's coming to the bait. So I set him down. I got my gun on the rail. I'm getting ready. And my heart's pounding. I'm getting excited. I haven't even really gotten a close look at it. I'm getting excited. Half hour later, the does come busting out from behind the bait. Whoa, they come flying in. Oh, he's coming, he's coming. I'm getting ready. A spike horn comes out. I'm like, oh, what? All that for that. So I waited, and he never did show himself. But at 5:10 on the Friday afternoon, I had a nice 10-point come out. And
his little brother.
His little brother. And for a Friday afternoon on a kind of a tough week, and I decided to take the deer, and I'm pretty happy about it for sure. It was an excellent week, and thank you, Devin and Tom and Dustin. Man, I had a great week, and for sure I can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be back, buddy.
Oh yeah.